What's going on, folks, and welcome back to the Best Team National Dex series. I'll go through the rules of things once again real quick. This team is the actual best team chosen by me, focusing on giving you literally everything you're going to need to tear through the game. You gen in the Pokemon at the start, and have the ability to evolve any trait evolutions without actually trading, where all Pokemon that exist aside from legendaries are available. We're tackling Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire today, which gives us our largest Pokedex of the series so far to pick our team from. This is going to be a good one, with some familiar faces and a few other strong options. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We'll kick the team off, of course, with a starter Pokemon. I almost feel like there's no point in ever talking about the starter, because you guys know there's gonna be one. But I know, we have to keep up appearances. I chose Blaziken here. A Blaziken with speed boost, mind you. It's the best starter when you take into account Megas, its ability, and its typing. I thought it was a pretty good place to start this team. Now, how about its moveset? Let's take a look. The set I've put together for Blaziken is Flamethrower, Focus Blast, Earthquake, and Stone Edge. Now, isn't that a great mixed set? You'll get Flamethrower as a TM somewhere within Victory Road, but there are so many Fire-type moves you could choose to use on Blaziken. You'll just want that Flamethrower for the Elite Four is all. Then, with Focus Blast, go ahead and buy that in the Lilycove department store. It'll be just as good as High Jump Kit could be, but without the threat of losing HP. You can go get Earthquake in the Seafloor Cavern. Seems easy enough. And finally, Stone Edge is going to be bought in the Lilycove department store as well. All of these moves have an option for earlier in the game as well, so this set is set in stone from a type perspective. So we go from one great starter Pokemon to another great starter. Yeah, I know. I busted the idea of using two starters on the last team we did, and here I am using two again. I couldn't help it. How can you make a best team for these games and not go with both a Mega Blaziken and a Protean Greninja? Your Froakie will evolve to Greninja by level 36, and that Protean ability means anything can be stabbed. Who doesn't want something like that on their team, especially when it has such a wide move pool? I'll take Greninja any day of the week, and I'm happy to present to you its moveset. It's Surf, Night Slash, Ice Beam, and Acrobatics making up the set. Once again, I present a pretty nice mixed set, and considering everything is stab, it's hard to go wrong. You've got Surf, an HM you get after you beat Norman, and then Night Slash, which you'll heart scale back on in Fall Arbor Town. For Ice Beam, you'll have to take a trip to the Sunken Sea Mauville and have some poor HM mule use Dive to access that. Finally, with Acrobatics, you can find that TM on Route 119 if you have the Acrobike and enjoy doing some BMX level bike tricks. So we've got a frog of all trades and a speedy fighting chicken thus far on this team. So what's best to put alongside them? How about a weird Yeti-like electric type? Let's go with Electivire here, who is not my original choice for the team. No, that was actually Electros. But I found out pretty quickly that it wasn't going to work out as well as Electivire could have. I think there's always room for a Pokemon with the attack and speed of an Electivire, quite frankly. And as you'll see momentarily, it's a big coverage guy as well. The Elemental Punches and Hammer Arm are those moves. And yeah, it's pretty coverage loaded. While you learn Thunder Punch at level 29, the other three moves are all egg moves, so your Elekid will start off with them, and that's pretty fantastic to have from the jump in these games. Electivire is definitely a fantastic member of this team simply for the early power it brings. So we have this whole half of a team that's really cool, pretty powerful, all fitting a niche. Well, now I think it's time for us to do the usual. It's a best team at the end of the day, not one that's entirely randomly just thrown together. The next two Pokemon are a couple you're pretty accustomed to seeing in Hoenn, so let's just plow through them real quick. The first of those two is Roserade, a great grass poison type that basically belongs on any team every chance you get to use it. It's really strong with special attack cracking 125 base, and its poison typing plays so well in a world where fairy type are as strong as they are. Badoo and Roselia may not seem as interesting, but it won't take you long to get Roserade on your squad. With that, let's go see some moves. You can probably guess this set, but I'll go over it anyway. Leaf Storm, Extrasensory, Sludge Bomb, and Giga Drain. Those first two moves, Leaf Storm and Extrasensory, are both egg moves, so your Badoo will have them to begin with. Sludge Bomb is given to you by someone in Dewford when you revisit there following a victory against Norman, and Giga Drain is an egg move. It's a pretty obvious and basic set for a pretty obvious Pokemon on this team. Now for the other obvious Pokemon on this team. It's Gardevoir. There's a reason why it's so overused, why it appears on all the various post-6th gen best teams I do, and why it's a popular Pokemon. It's like, how could you not choose a Pokemon that competently combines two of the best typings in the franchise? It might be boring, but it makes more sense than anything to have Gardy on the team once again. So for those of you typing up your hate for Gardevoir in the comments, just know that I get it. And hey, at least in this case, we can use its Mega in the late game. That's pretty cool, right? Alright, this one is probably even more obvious than Roserades. I mean, it's the same set I always give Gardevoir. Moonblast, Psychic, Calm Mind, and Thunderbolt. I know, yeah, I know. This is turning into the most shocking video of all time. Anyway, Moonblast is able to be heart skilled on, and Psychic can be learned at level 31. Then with Calm Mind, you'll learn that at level 26, with finally Thunderbolt being a TM you'll get after you finish the new Mauville side quest. We really burned through that one pretty quickly, huh? Finally, we're gonna close out the team here today with a Flying type. But not just that, also a Dragon type. No, it's not Salamence this time. It kind of takes way too long to evolve. Instead, it's Altaria. And yeah, you best believe I am starting right at the Mega Stone. I'm a huge fan of Mega Altaria for what it's capable of doing. So despite just having a fairy type, I was sold on having another one some of the time. Altaria's Mega Stone is found in Lily Cove, so it's another one that's sort of late, but that Pixelate ability is a great one. You'll see what I'm going to be doing with that in a moment. Swabble evolves into Altaria at level 35, which is a lot sooner than any sort of Salamence evolution. Now with that, let's take a look at the moves. The final moveset of the day is Return, Dragon Dance, Bulldoze, and Fly. So with Return, which is obtained in Pacifilog Town, obviously it's there for the Mega Evolution, where suddenly Return is a fairy type move and hits like a truck. I honestly love the idea of making your Altaria love you and then destroying opposing Pokemon. Like, good luck surviving this Drake, the Dragon Master. As for Dragon Dance, use that for setup, which will only make Altaria better. That's learned at level 30. Bulldoze is a TM you'll get in the Mauville Pokemon Mart, and finally Fly is gonna get you around the region. And the HM is given to you by your rival on Route 119. There's other moves you can run in the place of Return, by the way, while you wait for it, including Dazzling Gleam or even Facade. You can also use Earthquake if you want, but I picked Bulldoze because of the speed drop. Either way, it's up to you. So, our team here today is able to do well against Roxanne's entire team using Grass, Water, and Fighting moves, Brawly when leaning on your Gardevoir, Watson when you have Bulldoze ready to rock, Flannery with Greninja leading the charge using any of its water moves, and probably some Bulldoze from Blaziken. Norman is going to be handled by Blaziken too, using fighting type moves, and naturally, Greninja's multiple stab moves can help too. Then Winona is going to be easily bought by Electivire, Tate and Liza's rock types will get bodied by Greninja's Surf, and then Wallace's team is going to be an Electivire and Roserade vehicle. Now, aside from the gym leaders, you'll be able to handle Maxie with Greninja and Gardevoir, and Archie with Gardevoir on its own. Your rival battle in Lily Cove will be handled by Roserade and Electivire mostly, and then Wally's battle is shockingly easy. Just let Blaziken and Gardevoir handle it, and you'll be fine. Then we have the Elite Four, starting with a Gardevoir sweeping Sydney, and then Phoebe being blown back by Greninja's Night Slash with a little help from a Fairy-type move for Sableye. The battle with Glacia is easily handled by Electivire, and finally Drake will be powerless to stop the combined efforts of Mega Altaria and Gardevoir. Finally, in your battle with Steven, Fighting-type moves will prevail, and a Destructive Earthquake should be more than enough to destroy his Metagross. So that's it. The team clearly has an incredibly easy time fighting for the Hoenn region. But that should come as no surprise when you have access to everything but legendary Pokemon. It's not shocking to think that you can build a team like this that will pretty much destroy anything. Let me know what you guys think about this Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire team, and next time we'll hop into BDSP and build yet another National Dex team for you guys to see. But with that, I'll see you all then. Hey, it's the outro. Isn't that exciting? Thank you for enjoying another Mystic Umbreon video. We're getting ready to enter the fall, and the final stretch of hype for Scarlet and Violet is here. The excitement for Pokemon's 9th generation is at its peak, and I couldn't be more excited. We've still got plenty to cover before then though, so keep yourselves locked in. If you're interested in more Mystic content, check out my TikTok and Mystic Umbreon Shorts channel. If we get the 10K followers on TikTok, and we're super close, I'll be doing a viewer's choice video. Also, if you're into fanfictions and what ifs, check out Mystic Reads. I offer a ton of creative spoken word content on there, so come and join me. That's all for now. Make sure you subscribe for more fantastic content, and I'll see you next time.